like and subscribe button and leave a comment if you want to shout out. Let's do some mukbang.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another mukbang episode here. Today, we got Church's fried chicken. Special request from one of our subscribers out there. I don't remember his name, but if I see his name again, I'll post it up. But we got 10 pieces of chicken, mashed potatoes, and macaroni. So let's dig into it. And let me share here. Let me see. Well, focus. There you go. All right, guys. But anyways, I was kind of disappointed with Church's. I kept on saying 10-piece mix, 10-piece mix, but they ended up giving me all dark. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I wanted mix, but it's all good, I guess. So let me bring this down here. Okay, not bad. I haven't had Church's in years, so been a while. It's salty. I gotta put the biscuits here, the honey glazed biscuits. Put it right there. Mmm. 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 I'm not a biscuit fan, but the honey glaze helps it pretty good. Mmm. Alright, so y'all's opinion. Let me know what's your top ranked fried chicken places out there. mine is still Popeyes as top, just because it has a spiciness to it. And I guess KFC and Publix chicken. I know most of y'all probably never had Publix chicken, but it's a grocery store. But they make some really good fried chicken. I guess I guess there's a reason why I haven't had churches in a while. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to go get some churches, even though it's good. But I prefer Popeyes. And the fact that they messed up my order didn't help either. I was hoping to get a few wings in there. But this setup was more for my pizza. Let me lower it down a little bit. Okay. Get some mashed potatoes here. I'm just a mashed potatoes fan. Like, I just like mashed potatoes in general. There's some macaroni and cheese. Oh, their macaroni's a bit on the salty side, big time. It's not bad. Alright, let's cue the music. It's time for it's story time. So this story is about a couple named Ted Ammon and Generosa. So how they met was he's an investor. He'll buy up different companies that when they're struggling, and he'll flip it and make some money off that. And she was a real estate agent, so he had a lot of money up in New York, and he started going around looking for a condo or an apartment or whatever, and she was his real estate agent. So that's how he met, and that's how they started dating, and they hooked up, and eventually they got married. So they got married for a number of years, and found out that she couldn't have kids. So they were happy with each other, and the only thing they were missing was kids. So they ended up adopting two Siberian kids over the years. So of course, like with any of these stories, it looks picture perfect, right? You got a successful, financial guy, investor, and you got a successful real estate agent out there, and they're a power couple. They got their kids, they got their nice, condo or apartment or whatever, up in the, Upper East Side, and the relationship starts getting a little stagnant. So guess what? Ted ends up hooking up with a banker. So every time he goes on a business trip, he would bring her along, and they would hook up. So in the next few years, her senses, Generosa's senses, starts kicking in, and she's wondering what's going on with the relationship because it started deteriorating, So she does a little investigation work. So sometimes her husband would go to the Hamptons by himself or whatever. So you got two kids and a wife, you would go by yourself sometimes. Made her wonder. So she ends up installing some cameras at the Hamptons, where their vacation home or whatever. And that's where she found out that he was hooking up with the banker. How dare he? So of course, once that happened, she devised a plan on how to divorce him or whatever, and they started getting into a big custody battle, and of course, a big battle over how much she gets as far as finance wise. So a battle over custody and a battle over finances ends up being drawn out. And it's all over the news too, because they're a power couple. They're really well known in the business. So one day, he ends up, doing his thing, saying, hey,
honey, I'm gonna go to the Hamptons on my own or by myself because I need to get away from things or whatever.
And of course, he ends up hooking up with that banker. So she ends up, so that banker ends up coming over to the Hamptons with him. They end up hooking up, but the thing is, she ends up leaving. So she stays in another Hamptons house or whatever. And that night when he ends up going to sleep, somebody comes in there and hammers him to death. So he gets hammered to death. He ends up dying. And that's all over the news. So with divorce going, and during that time of when they were trying to go through the divorce, he never changed his will. So in his will, everything was going to her. So it looked kind of fishy, So he just happened to, get killed to death, or hammered to death, or whatever. Everything started looking fishy. So here's the thing. So when they were going through the divorce, she ends up moving out, and she ends up, moving to another apartment or hotel or something like that. And the bills are racking up. Well, actually, she ends up moving to another apartment, and during that time, she would, call over this electrician to help with the fixtures and things like that. Over time, they end up developing a little flirtiness, or they're flirting with each other, and eventually they start hooking up. So since Ted is gone, she's hooking up with this electrician guy, or whatever like that. All the money ends up getting, getting transferred over to Generosa, and then next thing you know, this, this new couple with the electrician or whatever, they're hot and heavy. And a few months later, the electrician, his name is Daniel Pelosi. So he ends up, putting the heat on her, and actually ends up asking her to marry. And she says yes. So it looks kind of weird that, months after he passes away, and then, she gets engaged and then gets married like right away. Look kind of weird. So over time, and some investigation and things like that, things started getting unraveled. Cause the interesting part is, remember, she had a surveillance system installed in that Hamptons house. But the thing is, for some reason, that night when he was hammered to death, the security system was unplugged. Hard drive was removed and everything. So what's going on? Come to find out, the person that installed the security system, or the security cameras, was Daniel Pelosi. Interesting. That's interesting. So, after some investigation, they found out how it happened. So the initial thing, whoever came into that house, they end up tasering Ted Ammon, and then after that, they hammered him to death, or whatever. Then the interesting part is, Daniel Pelosi and the workers that he worked with, he always carried a taser around, and he always joked around with people and his co-workers and stuff like that, and he used to stun them for fun. Whoa, you stun them for fun? Man, what kind of person is that? That sounds like an immature grown-up, But anyways, so things start unraveling. So the cops start interrogating her and interrogating him and things like that. And the interesting part is, months down the road, she ends up finding out that she is terminally ill with breast cancer. So her health started deteriorating like immediately, and next thing you know, she passes away. So all the interrogation and all that other stuff is like she never confessed to anything. She never said anything. She was mum about everything. So after she passed away, Daniel Pelosi starts calling up all the lawyers and stuff and said he did not, because with the will that got transferred to her, it was done in installment plans. And then next thing you know, he started calling up the lawyers saying, hey, things need to be expedited more. We need more money. We need things quicker and things like that. So everything just started looking fishy. And on top of that, when she passed away, you know what he did? He hired the New York Times or the New York Post to follow him to one of their favorite restaurants and bars and take a picture of him and Generosa's ashes. Isn't that weird? Why would you do something like that? Shouldn't you be in mourning? But no, he's over there smoking a cigarette with the ashes right here, saying, to the memory of my wife or something like that. That's crazy.
That's really weird. Who does something like that?
You know? Yep. So all in all, they end up finding evidence against him or whatever, and they end up locking him up. He was found guilty. So since he was the one that installed the security system, there wasn't that many people that knew about that security system, other than the maids and the cooks or whatever that lived there or that was in and out of there. But he installed the whole thing. So their theory is, he uninstalled the whole security system that night, removed the hard drive, and went in there, tasered him, and hammered him to death. So they threw him in jail, and over time, even though he said he was innocent, they found him guilty, and eventually he ended up confessing to it after he was thrown in jail. And there you go. So all you rich women out there, makes you think twice about hooking up with the electrician or the plumber or whoever and marrying them. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it for me. Like, churches is just okay. Am I gonna go out there and get another 10-piece or whatever? Most likely not. There is this one thing that they have going on that I might get. It's like a half chicken, blackened chicken or something like that. I might be curious about trying that out, and I'll review that. But this one, most likely I'm not gonna go to churches again with this whole combo right here. Mashed potatoes just okay. Their mac and cheese, no, it wasn't that good. So, but anyways, let me know what you guys think. Everybody's opinion is different. Some people might like churches and some people don't. But for me, it was just okay. But anyways, hope you guys like that story. Thanks so much. And we're 10 away from 400 subscribers. Thanks so much for subscribing out there and making comments. I really enjoy reading them, and I always try to respond back as much as I can. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.